असीं सुरहाण जा गेसू सबाबनि जी सवारियूं था कंदा शबनम जे कतरनि सां निगाहुनि खे सलाम आहियूं न कढूं काण कंडनि जी न खारनि सां रखूं यारी असीं राबेल जा नौकर ऐं गुलाबनि जा ग़ुलाम आहियूं। हाणे आउं जंहिं मोज़िज़ शख़्सियत खे दावत ख़िताब ॾींदुसि पाण मुल्क जा नामियारा इक़्तिसादी माहिर ऐं स्टेट बैंक ऑफ पाकिस्तान जा गवर्नर रही चुका आहिनि। इन सां गॾु मरकज़ी वज़ीर ऐं IBA में डायरेक्टर तौरु ख़िदमतूं सरअंजाम ॾींदा रहिया आहिनि। संदसि मालियाती निज़ाम ऐं ॿियनि केतिरनि ई मौज़ूअनि ते किताब पिणु लिखिया आहिनि। पाण वर्ल्ड बैंक में एग्ज़ीक्यूटिव डायरेक्टर तौरु बि ख़िदमतूं सरअंजाम ॾींदा रहिया आहिनि। आउं हाणे गुज़ारिश कंदुसि मोहतरम इशरत हुसैन साहब खे त हू अचनि ऐं पंहिंजे ख़्यालनि जो इज़हार कनि। मोहतरम इशरत हुसैन साहब।
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। Mr. Fazlullah Qureshi, Mr. Mazharul Siddiqui, Mr. Masood Nirani, and my other fellow panelists, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let me thank the organizers of this particular session, and particularly my friend E'zaz Qureshi, for inviting me to this very, very gracious occasion. I personally think the Intellectuals Forum has done a great service to this country by recognizing the services of our outstanding individuals who have made tremendous contribution to the uplift of this province and to this country. And I'm delighted that the person they have chosen this evening is no other than Fazlullah Qureshi. Fazlullah and I go back almost more than 5-6 decades. I had a good friend who passed away, Zafrullah Qureshi, and we used to meet in Hyderabad at the Firdaus Cinema every evening. And when he was in the Government College, Hyderabad, he also, Fazlullah, used to come. And then I joined the civil service, and then we crossed the path when I came back from East Pakistan to Lahore. And Fazlullah was, I would say, the pivot of the West Pakistan Planning and Development Department in Lahore. He was very much a liked person for his hard work, for his dedication, and for his commitment. There are officers of all kinds. Some of them are only there to find some opportunities for accumulating power, prestige, or perks. But what distinguished Fazlullah was that he was never interested in his self-aggrandizement. He had no personal agenda. But even at that time, just being a young officer, he was always concerned with the uplift and well-being of the province and the residents of the province of Sindh. He was the only Sindhi officer in the P&D department, but he was very, very powerful in that sense. Then we came together to Karachi after the disintegration of one unit, and we set up the Sindh government from scratch. And Fazlullah was very much our partner in that endeavor. We didn't have the offices, we didn't have the residences, we didn't have any infrastructure to accommodate the officers who had been transferred from Lahore. So it was, again, a big ordeal for all of us. And Fazlullah played a very critical role in the establishment of Sindh government. We then became colleagues. I came with Mr. Rafiq Ahund from Finance Department to Planning and Development Department. Twice I actually worked once as the additional secretary and then later on as the director of regional planning organization. But he and I were the only persons who provided the continuity from West Pakistan to Sindh. We recruited almost everyone from economic investigator all the way to various grade officers, and we are quite proud that some of them have really done quite well, and I want to personally acknowledge Mutawakil Qazi, who was recruited at a very junior level, and he became the secretary of cabinet in government of Pakistan. So Fazlullah again came to make the planning and development department an exemplary department in the government of Sindh. Then I went away to the World Bank, but he was always very kind. Whenever he came to Washington, he would look me up. We would spend evenings together. And then he rose to become the secretary in the Planning and Development Department. We remain in touch. And every time there was an issue, either on the water allocation or on the National Finance Commission or on any other issue where the interests of Sindh province were at risk or jeopardy, Fazlullah never hesitated to speak out publicly and privately. I don't think very many people realize as to how much difference he has made, both behind the scenes in his key positions, but also publicly by articulating these views. So I don't want to take much of your time. I have another board meeting, so I would be running away from here, which I didn't want to do, but the meeting started half an hour late. So I want to again thank the Intellectual Forum, E'zaz Qureshi, and all of you for doing a great service by recognizing a very outstanding son of this soil and of Pakistan. Thank you very much.